Okay, that was interesting. I don't know if that was an agitator.
I like your sign. Did you say you made a bunch of the signs here?
Yeah, like all the like little smaller ones.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Thank
Are you familiar with like the PSL and what they are?
Bits and pieces, yeah. I work with like Spectrum, so
Okay.
I've done a little bit with it.
So, like, what do you think they are? Like, what? Can you tell me what they are? Because I haven't really heard of them.
So mostly like a socialism.
Okay.
Like spreading information about socialism. And also like student-led protests.
So, do you think that it's appropriate for a socialist party to be protesting ICE?
Listen first, and then I'll get back to that.
Okay. Okay.
And we're going to make sure our voice is heard today. Okay? Yep, we're going to move right up there. There's a nice hill over there. It's going to be great and sunny because it's been freaking cold these past couple days. And we'll see you over there in a couple minutes, okay?
So, are you guys familiar with the group who's leading the protest? No. Are you familiar with like socialism? Because the group organizing this, so we can keep walking, but we're stopping right here. The whole group leading this protest is the PSO, right? And so that's the Socialism and Liberation Party, right? Do you know what socialism and liberty? So are you familiar with communism? Yeah, that's them. So do you think that it's appropriate that a communist club is running a protest against ICE?
There are fascists aligning officials in office right now.
How so?
Many of like people in Congress, well, yeah, basically Congress made tweets aligning with fascist views.
Like what?
I can't name any off the top of my head, but there are definitely examples of them.
Well, if you can't provide any proof of any of that happening, then how can we sit here and say it's happening if there's no proof of it
I can
happening?
look for some. I don't know
Well,
where
if
to
you
find
if you
it.
could,
Yeah.
you know, that would be pretty awesome. You know, because everything that has been done has been in line with the Constitution. If anybody were to invalidate the Constitution or do anything that goes against that, they would be held liable in federal courts and impeached from their positions, right? Because we do have people such as Governor Tim Walz, who is debatably inciting these kinds of things and kind of pushing people to bring guns to these protests and act erratically towards federal agents. So if you can find any proof that anybody's breaking the rules of the Constitution, I would like to hear it.
I'm not too well versed in politics. I don't really study or read upon it, but I do see what is going on in the world. So I'm not really the right person to ask. You probably have to ask someone that's more professional.
Well, you know, I mean, I just figured if you're going to show up to a protest against a federal agency who's acting within the bars of the Constitution, that you should know.
What they did was right. With that
Like
murdering
what?
that man.
With the man?
No, the murdering the man in Minneapolis.
Yeah, so I mean, do you think that investigations should be open and people should be held accountable? Because that is what is happening. People are investigating the things. And I think those officers who committed those things should be held liable. But like, just because there's a couple bad apples in any department, should the entire
bad apples in everything.
Exactly. So if there's bad apples in everything, why are we calling to defund the entire operation when it's been used since 2000?
Put into better things, such as affordable healthcare.
Okay.
Up with liberation!
That's awesome and all, but
Down with
do you think
deportation!
America has a right to secure its borders?
Up with liberation!
Follow what the people
Down with
the
deportation!
congregation of people, they have their own
Chinga la
and
migra!
it's good that these people have a voice because at the
Chinga
end of
la
the day,
migra!
at least the people of America should be able to voice
Chinga la migra!
who would like their country to be moved because that's what America
Chinga la migra!
Right, so under a socialist or communist government, people don't get to do these things without fear of prosecution. So again, back to like my very first question,
Abolish
who
ICE!
broke the law?
Sir?
Abolish
They're in fear
ICE!
of prosecution because they broke the law.
And we will prosecute.
If you break a law, should you or should you not be held accountable for breaking
Donald
that law?
Trump should be in jail for having statutory rape with a child.
Is that can you prove that
Those in the
happened?
Epstein files. If you what's it called? Because how much did they censor so much of it? And if you uncensor a lot of it, there's a page showing that he raped a kid.
Well, if that happened, then I trust our federal court system to hold him liable for that. But until then, it's just hearsay, and it can't be proven. You know what can be proven is
It's our duty! It's our right!
when people cross the border illegally,
Strike! Strike!
they
Strike!
broke the law, and now they're being held accountable for committing a crime.
It's our
A lot
right!
of people are being affected that haven't
Shut it down! General
that
strike!
have not illegally crossed the borders. People that have illegally have citizenship, American citizenship, are being hurt and separated from their families when they haven't done anything wrong.
They're being detained, right? And then once they can prove their citizenship, they are released, though. You do understand
They
that,
have
though, right?
citizenship, so I don't understand
So,
why
yeah,
they're
but
taking
if
American
they're-
citizens and detaining them.
They're taking them away because if you refuse to identify yourself and prove your citizenship, then
Nicole Good, who was murdered
you're going to be detained until you can be proven that
from where George Floyd was murdered
you
back
can
in 2020.
that you are a citizen. So
We
if you
know
can't provide
what we
that
are
proof, they're going to
witnessing
detain
is
you
not
and
unprecedented.
prove you innocent. They're not trying to prove you
Working class
guilty of
people have
anything.
faced
There's people that
law
they've
enforcement
released that have
violence
had
for
warrants
decades.
out for their arrests, and they
Let's
still
not
turn
forget
them loose
George
because
Floyd.
that's not
Let's
ISIS's
not
job.
forget Breonna Taylor. Let's
Huh?
not forget
Do you do this for a
Rashard
living?
No,
Brooks back in
no, I just
2020.
like talking to people. What's your name?
I don't want to discuss that.
That's okay. Well, I'm Ethan. It was a pleasure talking to you. I'm gonna go talk to some
When
other
Mobile
people.
police murdered a 16-year-old
Have you
boy
ever
in a no-knock
talked to somebody
raid.
that like studies
His
in law?
name was Randall
Yeah.
Atkinson.
Because I'm
Shame.
not. This isn't.
Well, I'm just curious because your
not the
opinion
only one
matters,
murdered that year.
right? And I'm just
Orange
curious
Juwan Dallas,
as to
a man
why
in his
so many
mid-30s, who was
people
repeatedly tased by
are
Mobile PD,
I just think
feeling
ISIS
this
is
even
kind of
after
way.
he said he
ISIS.
couldn't breathe and that he had a respiratory condition.
It was
Shame.
been around. But what they're doing now, I think
Cordell
they've
Jones,
taken it a
20-year-old
step
who was
too
also
far. I feel
murdered
like.
in a
Okay,
no-knock
so
raid in
people died, and
2023.
that's awful. But what about all the
Shame.
people who have been killed by illegal immigrants over
know
the
that-
last
we
10,
know the
15 years?
violence
What about? There's
that our
so many
people
other
have faced.
cases. Like you
Well,
said, the bad apples.
Exactly.
It's
Okay.
not all of
So
them.
if these two lives mattered, why don't the millions of children who were murdered because of
What we're
abortion, why don't
struggling
their lives
against
matter?
really isn't new.
I
But
don't really see the
nonetheless, we will beat
correlation.
it back. and
Well,
we
if all
will
life
abolish
matters,
ICE,
which I
and
totally
we will
agree,
end
right?
this billionaire
Why
agenda that is launching an all-out assault
why
on
don't
our
those
immigrant
lives matter?
community
Why aren't
and
people
all working class
protesting
people
for them?
across
Why
this
aren't you
country.
protesting for them?
I haven't seen a protest around for that.
Why not
stuff
make
like
one?
that. It's just not on my side of beliefs.
Oh, okay. Well, it was a pleasure talking to you. I'll let you get back to your friend. All right?
People united will never be defeated.
The people united will never be defeated!
The people united will never be defeated.
The people united will never be defeated!
Let's try it in Spanish. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
I just want to say we got a great program here for y'all. We got speeches, we got
They're here
chants,
real
we got political analysis, we got folks from organizations
Excuse me, right behind you.
To really take it back, you know, kind of fight back a lot of people. Fight back against the deportation machine and fight back against the system.
Are you guys here in support of the protest? No, you're just kind of seeing what's up? Yeah. I mean, how do you feel that it's the socialism and liberation or liberty, whatever, the PSL that's organizing everything? You don't really care?
You recording?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's open, huh?
Yeah, I know.
Well, it's a one-party consent state, so, you know, I mean, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying that, like, the communist supported party, don't you think it's kind of ironic that, like, people who are in favor of communism are supporting a mass protest? Like, don't you think that there's kind of some ulterior motives going on here, that it's not just because they want to they truly believe the things that they're saying?
You got thoughts on this, man?
Yeah, well, and that's why I want to talk to people.
You could write about it or something. I don't know.
Well, I'm planning to. That's why I'm talking to people. You know, yeah. So.
We're gathered here today not to discuss what's happening now, but to recognize how deeply the present is tied to the past. When we talk about recent ice raids, families torn apart, people living in fear, communities under constant surveillance, we're not talking about something new. This is part of a long-standing system that maintains power by criminalizing certain bodies.
Excuse me.
So we're trying to solve
Oh, I will.
to stop the spread to mass incarceration. Black communities have built systems meant to monitor, control, and punish us. Laws that have too often been used not to protect but to justify harm. That same playbook has been used against others too. Indigenous people were forced off their land and pushed through systems meant to erase them. And Latino and Hispanic communities continue to face deportations, heavy border police, and raids that treat them like criminals instead of people. These parallels cannot keep going unnoticed. So as students, and especially people of color, we have a responsibility to speak up. Because when immigrant communities are targeted today, we can
Are you guys here in support of the protest, or are you just kind of seeing what's up?
We're here in support of the protest.
Yeah. Yeah. What drove you to be supportive?
Well, if we
You don't
don't
wanna
start
talk
making
about it?
change, who's going to do it?
Right. Well, what change would you like to see?
I just want all people to be loved and all people to have love.
Okay. Oh, and that's awesome. You know, I mean, I'm very religious, so I mean, I agree. But do you think that the United States has a right to defend its border?
Are you recording this?
Yeah. I mean, it's for journalism and stuff, because I write about all this stuff. So, yeah. If you want to talk about it, that's okay. But I just think it's kind of funny that the communist group on campus is the one who's organizing everything. That's okay.
And we stand for a future where belonging is not criminalized and safety is a right, not a privilege. Until justice belongs to everyone, it belongs to no one.
You're pretty right.
Yeah.
Did you get this? Although I think the most problematic thing in America right now is the resistance of listening to the other side and like completely shutting out the other side and like keeping your worldviews as hard as you can. I think the most important thing we can do to make sure that we survive as a society is to know where the other person is coming from and try to respect each other as much as possible. And I think that's very, very important. Just to hear people out, because I like I said, I get where you're coming from. Honestly, ICE, it's been doing, you know, it was initially started to make sure that secure borders, and I think that's valid. I think that's fair. But we need to make sure that we're hearing each other's side, and I try to be
as open as
yeah,
possible.
I try to be as open.
Yeah.
I try to hear where people are coming from. Some things like I hear are just unforgivable.
Like
And
what?
I think what those officers, those ICE agents did, that was unforgivable.
It wasn't what?
It was unforgivable. They should be arrested.
Okay.
It's just not right.
So if a investigation, happened, and it turned out that those officers, hypothetically, of course, without saying how I feel about it, if the officers were proven innocent in a court of law, would you or would you not respect that outcome?
Sir?
Would you respect the outcome of the officers
times-
if they were proven innocent, just hypothetically
I
speaking?
allow my judgment to be taken by morality.
Okay.
I feel that them almost, I'd say, jumping, for lack of a better term, that man, when they disarmed him, I feel like they took it too far when they shot him, did that, and
Okay.
then continued to shoot him.
That's a
was
valid
a bit
opinion.
excessive.
Yeah, no, I don't think anybody would argue that nobody deserves to be shot.
Yeah, I don't
all
think
right?
people deserve to die.
Nobody deserves to die, right? Obviously, but I just think it's a little. I think it's honestly ironic that we sit here and we protest or feel the need to protest these lives, but we're not protesting for all lives who get
And that's
lost.
valid.
Where
That's
were the
valid.
protests when Charlie Kirk got shot? Where were the protests when Arena got stabbed in the neck?
And that's
on
the
a train?
I think that's the problem
You
with
know?
politics nowadays. It's so one-sided, and they're just so like they just shut out.
Well, right,
other
but
people's
obviously all of you guys were able to organize this protest, right, for two people who, one of them was killed for disobeying federal orders, and then the other one was killed, which both of them warrant investigations. I'm not saying that, like, anything against that, but they both, their lives matter just as much as all those other people's. So
And that's valid for you to
why
think that.
why didn't it's valid for me to think that? You don't
Yes.
agree with
No,
that?
no.
I'm just trying to understand what your thought
No, I'm
process
saying
here
I
is,
understand where you're coming
because and that's great, but why aren't we treating all of those lives
I agree
equally?
that Charlie Kirk, it was not right that he got shot. I don't
Okay.
think. And that's how I feel.
Okay.
Of course, I can't speak for anybody else. But there was no protest organized, which is, and it is what it is. But I don't think people should be shot for their views. I do not like Trump. Most of what he's done, I strongly dislike. But I don't think anybody should try to assassinate him. I feel like he should just, we should work together to try to call for an impeachment any way we can. Because I feel like there's probably a way, something he did.
Well, there is a way if he goes against the Constitution.
I feel
we can
like
call for an impeachment.
congregations like this, it's good to make sure that that there's a voice somewhere.
See, and I want to agree with that, okay? But the fact that you couldn't tell me some of these things about the group organizing the protest, or really what specifically other than these two deaths, right? Like, you can't give me any other proof that these agencies, the entire agency deserves to be abolished because of what happened from a handful
That's
of people.
fair. I'm not as
So if you're willing to show up to a protest like this and voice your concerns openly about, we need to abolish ICE, get them all out of here, but you can't tell me why. That's not an insult against you. That's just
it goes to show.
as your point, what you said earlier is we need to be educating everybody and talking about these things maybe before we go and
That's fair.
do a mass protest, because unknowingly, a lot of these people are out here supporting the Communist Party of Mobile. Unknowingly. Like, this is all going on their social medias, and they're going to use it to inflate their own views and push their agenda to all these
But
people.
let me get a rebuttal because I do
That's
understand
fine.
that.
Yeah.
So many parties do that, not just communists.
I know.
Yeah.
I understand that, and I agree. Okay, but the fact that
It is
they're
important to be
using
educated.
they're using an evasive name, right? Because if they just said, "Oh, we're the Communist Party of Mobile,"
Kinda like grifting.
Yeah, exactly. How many people would actually go out and want to support that? Because
Because it's too
most people
heavy on one side.
Exactly. Okay, so they're going to use a different name to hide what they support, right? But then we have all these people supporting it because they're grifting over a cause, right? Like, you see how that's a little messed up?
I do know a bit internet politics, like Nick Fuentes. He chooses to grift a lot, I feel.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
it's
There's a
like-
lot of
it's
people that do it now. Yeah.
It's so difficult to just find somebody that's stands strong in their beliefs and
Right.
is still willing to hear another party out.
Well, right, and I do agree with you. I mean, I sit and have discussions and debates with people on campus all the time just because I genuinely enjoy doing it, right? And I think that the accountability needs to be shared between everybody, right? But I think that it's kind of hypocritical, right? In a sense that people are going to sit here and support a communist party, right? And then go against practical forms of or practices of communism, because like
important to stay
if we were a communist country, none of this would be happening right now. But it's a communist group leading the protest, so it's kind of like, what are we doing here? If it was like Gen Action or like a Democratic group or a left-leaning group or even a right-leaning group
That's
doing
fair.
it would be totally different because they're still in support of democracy.
party of
One of
America.
the building blocks of democracy is the freedom of speech, right? Freedom of press and freedom to protest, right? So, you know, it's a little messed up, but I do heavily recommend that you read up on certain. Really, I don't expect anybody to read the entire Immigration Act, right? I have, but I think that it's super important to take the main points away because did you know that in the Immigration Act it tells people that federal agents can conduct warrantless arrests and warrantless detainments, right?
This is just because I'm curious. Can
Yeah.
they breach through property, like enter property without a warrant?
So not technically that part
I'm not putting you
is
down.
just
I
I
just
know
have
I
seen
know
videos
and
of
that's
that.
fine, okay, but so they are and they aren't allowed to do it. I don't have the exact legislature memorized,
I wouldn't
but
expect you
again that's something that you should go and research though, right? Is you know like a lot of these people that I'm going to go and talk to underneath everything they're protesting for the deaths of 2 people, right, who they believe were wrongfully killed.
That's right.
But they don't see all the other stuff that they're inadvertently protesting and supporting, like communism.
It's a trickle.
right? So exactly, and they don't know that they're essentially just being used here, right? But again,
Politics are slimy. They can be slimy.
it really is, you know. And so I'm gonna be going around talking to people. And just kind of seeing who actually knows what they're protesting, you know. So that's my whole thing. But I do appreciate you asking questions. If you have any other questions, I'd be happy to talk about them. But you know, if there's anybody else you want me to go talk to, I'd love to go talk to them too. But you know, that's all right. I appreciate you pulling me out and talking. You have a good rest of your day.
You too.
Thank you. Are you here in support of the protest?
I'm just back to class.
Oh, yeah. I've talked to a couple people. You'd be surprised how many people don't know that the Communist Party of Mobile is the one who's organizing all this, and that the PSL isn't really being open and honest about their true intentions, you know. It almost, to me, who am I to say that it's grifting, but it kind of sounds like grifting, you know. But yeah, people keep not wanting to talk to me for some reason, so I thought I might want to take the hat off, but I don't know yet. I know.
Yeah, I was walking. It's quite loud.
It's very loud. It's very disruptive. I walked up to a couple people and I was like asking them questions, and they were like, it's like totally refusing because I was recording. I was like, come on, people, like, respectfully, like, you guys are gonna be out here in a herd, but you don't actually know what you're protesting or why you believe the things that you believe, you know.
Yeah.
But
We were like, oh my God, I'm in 70 cases of like ICE. It's being a big deal. 170 of those cases came from Minnesota, New York, San Diego, and then every other county around, like all the counties in the states, 60.
exactly. So why are we justifying the abolishment of a government or a federal agency just because of a few bad apples, you know? And a few is used kind of lightly, but like, you know, just because there are bad cases doesn't mean we should defund everything, you know, because the America has a right to defend its borders, and so I don't know. I'm gonna keep trying to find people to talk to. There is a group that I'm avoiding because I debated them earlier today about the same thing, and they get very loud and emotional, and I don't need a big group of people coming after me and I don't need to get yelled at in a big ass group of people. So. It is, you know, but I'm by myself and they're not, so. Oh, are they?
I would bet. That's why they're not.
I mean, that's all right, you know. I'm gonna keep trying to talk to people though. That'd be kind of funny, yeah.
Break their chains and let them fall. Up with liberation. Down with deportation. Up with liberation. Down with deportation. Up with liberation. Down with deportation. Down with deportation. Down with deportation.
So, here you're saying all the chants and stuff. Are you here in support of the protest?
Of course.
Yeah. Do you think ICE as a whole should be abolished?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, just outside of these two like cases, why? I'm only saying that because like.
Why? What did we have before ICE? Do you know?
What?
We had a border. We still had border security.
Mm-hmm.
We did not have ICE going into American cities at all.
Right. Right. So do you think?
Let me tell you, after Bill Clinton, how much power do you think ICE got and all these agencies got to be able to survey U.S. citizens?
Well, why don't you
Unlimited.
tell me? Unlimited. 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 Yeah.
Unlimited.
Yeah.
Unlimited.
Yeah.
Right? All in the name of terrorism.
You think it's terrorism? I'm just like curious to get people's
that's the
viewpoints,
history.
you know?
Yeah, that's the history
Yeah.
of it, right?
Yeah.
So we were attacked, and what did Clinton do? What did Bush do? Sorry.
Yeah.
What did Bush do? They opened it all up.
Right.
Right. Now they gave ICE unlimited power, give them a budget increase that surpasses the FBI and CIA.
Right.
Do you think that's really responsible? No.
I'm here, like I said, I'm here to get what other people think about it.
It's not responsible.
Right. So, like, if they have unlimited power, why are they still being barred by things like the Immigration Act? And they still have to adhere to those policies and rules. If they have unlimited power and they can do whatever they want.
They just killed a man. Did you not see the video?
I saw the
What
video.
happened? What happened afterwards?
I'm not
To
saying
them. What happened? No.
what happened to
He was
who?
carrying. He has a Second Amendment right to conceal carry.
Right. So, just saying in that context specifically, under Minnesota
Am I being
State.
interviewed?
Yeah. Yeah,
Why
I'm
didn't,
interviewing all the
why
people.
didn't you?
It's a
why didn't you
one-party
tell me
consent
that
state.
you were recording me?
It's a one-party consent state.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, if under Minnesota state statute, right, you're allowed to conceal carry, obviously, right? It's Second Amendment right. But if a federal agent gives you a lawful order and you're in contact with the federal agent, you have.
Was he peppered? Was he peppered? Like, here, let's talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was he pepper sprayed?
Yeah.
Okay. So then, do you think after being pepper sprayed, you think that you're able to comply?
I mean, other
Without-
people do it.
I'm
just
dude,
saying.
he just got bear
Was
bear
he?
spray
Was
in
he?
the face.
Yeah.
Okay, you think, and then people tell you, oh, get on the floor, they're pushing you, whatever. Do you think you're not gonna at least try to hold yourself up? Because that's what he was doing. He wasn't fighting back. He was holding himself off the ground.
Okay.
Okay. And then whose gun went off? The ICE agents. Why? Because they're pistol whipping him, and they discharged because they don't know how to handle weapons.
Yeah, I'm not saying that situation doesn't warrant an investigation. All right.
Okay, but that's not what this administration is doing.
Yes,
are
they
they?
are.
They are not. They're not. They just said that they're not doing an investigation, And they said that they sent out those ICE agents to different areas.
They
Is
conducting
that
an
following?
investigation.
And they're not letting Minnesota follow their investigation either. Their investigation they had to go to court to tell them, hey, let us be able to investigate also.
Right.
And so tell me, do you think that's what a administration is doing? This administration supposedly that is the most transparent in the history of America is supposed to do?
I mean, you brought up a lot of different points, so I'm just going to address them from best of my recollection as possible, okay?
Yeah.
So, why Minnesota State would have problems conducting their own investigation is because federal agencies supersede local jurisdiction, right? So local cops and all that wouldn't be able to investigate that,
I understand that.
Right.
But how do you hold federal agencies accountable in states? Aren't you conservative? Don't you believe in state
Generally
rights?
speaking, yeah.
Don't believe in state rights?
Uh-huh.
So don't you think the state has a right to investigate and to make sure that the federal government is doing the correct job? That's the whole point of checks and balances, right?
I agree, okay, but regardless of my personal views, we have laws set up right now, okay?
And the laws set up right now to protect just that process that I just explained to you.
And they do, but the investigations need to be led by the respective federal agencies, right? Like ICE and Internal Affairs and anyone else who has the jurisdiction.
Who's bringing charges to these agents?
Those agencies.
Who's going to bring up the charges? Really?
Those agencies
have they charged Renee Good?
Well, Renee Good's a different situation.
Did they charge? Okay. Why is hers a different situation?
Because
she was literally shot in the head.
I understand that.
And he was never hit.
I understand. Well, he was hit.
He was never hit.
He did have to go to the hospital.
He did not have to go to the hospital.
He went there
he
for
was
internal
released. You know what internal bleeding can be, right? It could just be a bruise.
Yeah.
Okay? So he was not internal bleeding. Okay? And he was not hit. It's clear as day.
Well, I watched his body cam footage, and you can hear him smack against the hood of the car.
You mean his cell phone? And he wasn't even hit. There's 3, and even his camera angle also. He was never hit.
I watched him get hit, you know, and so.
Okay, he was not hit. And then on top of that, if he was hit, right? Where was he hit? On the leg? Was he flung backwards?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, no, it does matter, right?
Okay, wait.
Because he wasn't hit.
It only doesn't matter because if you're in a car and I'm standing in front of you and you're just rolling it forward.
Okay, how do you shoot someone in the head when you're supposed to be getting just ran over?
Well, you know, that's assault with a deadly weapon.
On top of that, he hit through the window. Her window.
Right.
Okay. So no, it's like, to me, it's like that's seriously something that you look at. Do you look at that video and you honestly believe that he should have had the right to shoot her, a U.S. American citizen?
She assaulted a federal agent with a deadly weapon.
Anyone. I promise you, she did not assault anyone. Everyone watching the same video, no matter how much this administration lies and say that, oh, she was hit or she was using a deadly weapon, doesn't change the fact that before there was even an investigation, they're already calling her a domestic terrorist 45 minutes after. So do you think that's judge, jury, and executor that the government has the right to be?
Who called her a domestic terrorist instantly? I'm just curious, right? Like,
No.
Who?
No.
Okay.
The FBI director? What about the ICE director?
Okay. So
or
if those
interim ICE director?
Right. So yeah, the same. It is the same ICE director that.
People in authority are calling her a domestic terrorist.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying on like a side
also,
note that
on a side note, I'm also a U.S. veteran. Okay. I serve this country.
What branch?
On the U.S. Navy.
Oh well, thank you. On a side note, I do appreciate it.
And then on top of that, I didn't serve the Navy to come to a country where the government just has free reign to do whatever they want.
They don't have free reign.
Yes, they do. Dude, aren't you like listening to the news, watching courts, reading court documentation? They won't even release the Epstein files because they say that the government, that Congress has no right to tell the FBI to release files. They're not following the law. They're not following the law. Yes, they do. This is the whole point of they're not there. This is why they're going through all the court procedures right now, because they're delaying. So, do you think Donald Trump's a pedophile?
He's not.
He's protecting
he's not
pedophiles.
He's not convicted.
Let me
of
tell you
anything.
right now. Let me tell you right now. I will say the federal workers, trade workers, and a lot of people think that he's a pedophile protector. And what is he doing that he's not? Why doesn't he release the Epstein files?
Because he can't.
Why? Yes,
he
can.
himself cannot do that.
Yes, he can. Okay, so you're telling me that Trump has all these powers to
He's
do
the
all
president.
these things that he's been doing, right?
He's the president.
But when it comes to the Epstein files, he's not letting them release it?
I don't have
Who do you think he's protecting, himself or others?
It's not in his power. It's in Congress's power to release the files.
And they did. They signed a law. Who is
And
the one?
did they not release the files?
No, they did not. It was all redacted. They're not following the law. They're not following the law.
They released the files as they saw fit in a condition that they saw fit. I'm not saying I agree or disagree with that. I think we should get the Epstein
they're
files.
They're not being transparent.
I think we should get the full.
Contradictions.
We agree on the Epstein
contradictions
files.
over and over and over from President Trump going, "Oh, I want transparency. I want this. I want that." Yeah. But when it comes to Epstein, it's, "Oh, I'm just gonna hold my hands back and whatever."
Some people are like that. I agree with you on the Epstein files. I think we should get the full unreleased version. I'm not trying to protect anybody, but our president has not been convicted of being a pedophile or anything else. So I can't sit here and say that he is, because he's not convicted as well. You know? Yeah. To each their own. You know, if he in the future becomes convicted, then I'll say he is.
Is there a point or an evidence from the Epstein files that would change your mind that Donald Trump's a pedophile?
If it was determined in a federal court system that he was a pedophile, then
No,
yeah, I'd
not
say he's a
federal court
pedophile.
system. If there is actual evidence that was released in the Epstein files that show that he's a pedophile, would you agree that he's a pedophile?
If there's actual evidence of it, you know, that
or
is,
can I ask you something? Or if they come out and they say it's fake, would you believe your own eyes, or would you believe what they tell you?
I'll cross that bridge when I get there. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna dive into hypotheticals about something that. You know,
I'm asking you a personal question.
I am, and I'm answering it. Me personally, I would look at all the evidence, all right, and then follow the trial and see where it ends up. You know, I mean, it depends on what the evidence is. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and base an answer off of a complete hypothetical situation. You know, if there was evidence that he did do all of those things, then I'd make my decision when the time comes. But I can't sit here and truthfully answer a question based on a hypothetical.
It's a good deal.
So,
Yeah, but I just want to talk to this guy before I left.
so that's just my opinion. Right.
Can I ask you something?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
What do you think of this, Alex?
I was just kind of working.
Alex Pretty?
Yeah.
Yeah, or I'm sorry if I mispronounced his last name. I'm awful with names. You think so? Okay. So I don't agree with what the ICE agents did. All right. Nobody deserves to die. Nothing like that. Okay. I'm for all lives matter, right? But I will say that the ICE, anytime anybody dies at the hands of law enforcement, or while law enforcement is doing their jobs at the time, that an investigation needs to be opened. And we already talked about that, so we don't need to reopen that whole conversation, right? But an investigation needs to happen. And investigations are happening. Yeah, go
If
ahead.
an investigation doesn't happen.
If it
right?
doesn't happen?
If it doesn't happen, right?
I'm on
And
the
there's
side that
no
it needs to happen.
And there's no
Yeah.
update within, you name it,
A
1 year,
reasonable
2
amount of time.
years,
Yeah.
whatever. Would that change your opinion on ICE and the government's overreach?
Again, it's a complete hypothetical, and it depends on the entire situation. You know, I don't like sitting here answering hypotheticals only because it's a hypothetical.
So
you know what I mean?
Let me
It's
give you
not real.
do you agree that we should buy Greenland?
That's a totally
not
different topic, but you know, like
Well, we're
my
talking about
personal
borders.
belief.
We're talking about
Yeah.
borders, are we not?
Yeah, my personal belief, if we legally acquire Greenland without a war or anything else, like I think we should be putting America
Even
first
though
with everything.
Greenland doesn't want to be purchased.
Then that's the thing. If they don't want to be
If they
purchased,
don't want to be purchased,
okay, and then no.
Then why is Donald Trump saying we need Greenland for national security?
There's a bunch of different reasons that Trump is claiming that we need Greenland for.
Do you agree with any of those reasons?
I mean, there's a couple that would be nice, I guess. You know, like the mineral deposits, the rare earth metals. You know, the strategic
who do you think
values.
the rare earth minerals affects the most, though? Do you think it's going to your pocket?
No, it
Or
would
do you
affect
think
our
it's going
economy.
to
Too. It would
Elon's?
positively. It doesn't matter whose pocket it's going to. What would matter is that it would positively bolster our economy. It would bring more money in because people need to buy those, and it would be U.S. property at that point.
Right. But who would own those rights? We, the people, don't own those rights.
In a way, we do. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But if it becomes,
let's make it very clear,
Yeah.
because whoever would own the minerals would be whoever owns the land.
Well, we live in a
And
capitalist.
who's gonna buy the land up first?
Well, whoever can afford it.
Okay. Let's say Jeff Bezos.
Okay.
He buys it all.
He's gonna get richer, but
Okay.
that money.
He's gonna get richer. Have they increased wages?
Right.
I mean, like, no, seriously, like, have you seen the video comparison where it was like the worker gave Jeff Bezos a handshake and goes like, hey, like, you're doing a good job, right?
I
And
mean-
you saw the comparison, how much money they made per second?
Well, right, and
I mean,
again, but
do
that's
you
just
think
that's
that's
just
don't you
the
think that's
baseline of
just-
a capitalist economy, though. Is you have people who are up top and you have people who need to sweep the floors. I mean, that's just how capitalism works.
I understand that,
Yeah.
but shouldn't there be a limit
To what?
to
How much money you can make?
you can make?
Me personally, no. We live. I'm very for free markets all the way. We don't even truly live in a free market
No, we
system
don't,
right now.
and
I'm all
that's-
for free market. Like,
So
I want to be
you're-
able
you're-
to make
can
as
I
much
ask-
money as possible.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
If you believe that, right? You believe in no safety regulations, then, right?
No. I draw the line at safety. I think safety needs to
Okay,
be
because
maintained.
well, that's
right?
what a free market is.
Yeah.
The free market would tell you there's no such thing as
Well,
safety
there's
regulations
also
because
such
we
things as
wouldn't have
nuanced beliefs.
we
Okay,
wouldn't
like
have
I
to-
can
no,
believe in
no,
free
that's-
markets and also think that safety matters. Like,
Okay.
why,
So
am
you
I
believe
not
in
allowed
free
to believe
markets,
that?
but yet we invaded Venezuela for oil.
We did not invade Venezuela.
Okay, sorry, we kidnapped or we arrested dictator Maduro, right?
How do the people feel about that?
How?
Yeah.
They're split because the people at first were happy because they thought the person they voted for, Machado,
They did not vote for.
Machado was gonna
Oh, Machado. I'm sorry. Yeah.
was gonna be put into power,
And then he
Guess-
wasn't.
and then she wasn't. Who was put into power? Their VP. So the regime didn't change. They just took
Look,
that person and said, "Hey, we're taking them because they're not playing ball."
I think we need to be putting America
So,
first.
I mean-
like I said, you know, I'm so far for America
Okay, so
first
you
that we
believe
don't belong.
you believe in giving more money to Israel? Then?
No, because that's not putting America first.
You see,
that's
then
that's
we
not
have
that's not putting
common
America
ground.
first. I
Then we
know.
have common ground.
That's the
But
whole
that's the
reason
thing
why
is,
I'm here.
We're here as a group going. What ICE is doing is complete government overreach from all ends of their jurisdiction.
And that's just where
It's
we
complete-
disagree.
It's complete government overreach, right? Because they basically have, I don't know how many miles they can come inward and ask people for papers without any
But they are
questions.
allowed to do that.
Okay.
It shows underneath the Immigration Act.
If they came here and then asked you for papers,
I'd give it to them.
okay, don't you think that's wrong? That's exactly what happened in Nazi Germany,
they
where they
are
went,
here-
"Hey, let me see your papers." Like that's why
It is
they're
not the
fascists.
same.
That's why they're Nazis.
It's not the same.
Yes,
okay?
it is.
Because
Okay,
we
okay,
have we the people voted.
How much reading do you do?
I do a lot.
On history. On
A lot.
history.
On history, I do a lot. I
Okay.
love history.
So how did Nazis start?
It started as a political group who grew from there. Yeah.
Okay, how did they do their stops? Did they ask Jews for their papers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Were
started
were they
off-
legally
started
allowed to
off-
do that though?
Yes, they were. You know why, right? Because the Nazi Party took it over completely and then gave Hitler dictatorship.
Right, but see,
Okay,
you know
so-
the difference between that and this though? Like honestly, okay, we the people voted to put these laws
Okay,
into place.
and what's going to happen in 2026 when Donald Trump rigs the election? and uses
in
ICE
2026
Yep.
when he rigs
This
the
year.
election.
This year for the midterms.
What election? Oh,
for
the
the
midterm
midterms.
elections. Okay.
At what point, when will we cross the point where you go, he's messing with our elections?
We're still
Will
diving
he-
into
will he-
hypotheticals.
I'm asking you a genuine question. Okay? At the end of it, when we have our midterms this year, okay? When will you, because you have undying loyalty to Donald Trump, I see your hat, right?
I don't have
At what-
undying loyalty.
Okay, at what
Okay.
point?
I just have respect for our
No,
president.
you wear it every day. I've seen you.
Oh, have you?
I've seen you. So you
Well,
wear it
it's-
every
yeah,
day.
yeah.
So you have undying love for Trump.
Well, it's also for
At
Charlie
what-
Kirk. You know.
At what point?
Yeah.
At what point will you go? All right, he's messing with our elections. Is it when he takes the polls? Because he already got the
When there's
voter
substantial
rolls. He
proof.
already got the voter rolls from Texas.
Right. Oh, what's
So,
up? How you doing?
At what point?
It's
At what
cold.
point?
But okay, so like with every other hypothetical that you've brought up, as like respectfully as possible, I will do it when there's substantial proof that it's happened. You know, I don't like diving into hypotheticals because they're not real. It's a hypothetical. It's a made-up situation. You know, I'm not saying that it couldn't ever happen, but to sit here and assume that it's going to happen, don't you think that that's leaning
Well,
more
that's literally
towards
what free
the
markets are.
rigging elections?
No, what's gonna happen? Yeah, hypotheticals. The whole stock market is based off hypotheticals.
Okay,
Like,
yeah, I mean,
like
yeah,
no,
but that's
no,
just
you,
a capitalist
you
economy.
live in two.
We do
worlds right
live in
now.
a version
You live in
of
two
free
worlds
market.
right now, right?
Like what?
You see
Yeah.
Donald Trump saying, "Oh, I should have used the military to take the voter polls. I should have used the military. I shouldn't have handed it over." And you have evidence of him on January 6th doing an insurrection. Okay?
What was that evidence?
The evidence? All the why didn't they allow it to go to court then? You know the only reason Trump's not in jail right now is because he won, right?
Nah, he was still indicted of the charges. I mean, he's
And they were dropped as soon as he became president.
do
Because
you know,
who's in charge? Who's in charge of that?
Do,
Who's in charge of
do
that?
you know?
Who's
It's
in
not.
charge
It's
of
not
it?
Trump.
It
It's
is
the
in
judicial
charge.
branch.
It is Trump. No,
the
it was no.
it's
It's
the
not
judicial
the
branch.
judicial branch. No, because you need a prosecutor.
Trump can't pardon himself.
He didn't pardon himself.
Okay,
He
so then he's not in control.
No, he told it to be cut. He said we're not doing that anymore. So to me, it's they have all the evidence, all the phone calls where he goes, "Hey, find my votes." You told Vance multiple times, not JD Vance, sorry.
If you forget the names, it's okay. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to grill you on
No,
specifics.
I forgot
it's
his
okay.
name.
Yeah.
Pence.
Okay.
Hey, don't do it. All right, so how much evidence do you need? I mean, like seriously, like how much evidence do you need?
When there's
of Trump
concrete
going?
proof that those things happen, I will look into it and then formulate my own opinion.
Okay,
you know,
have you
that's-
heard the phone calls?
I haven't personally heard all the phone calls.
Please, that's the last thing I want to tell you. Is just please look up the phone calls on January 6th, where Trump tells multiple people, "Do not certify the election."
Okay. I'll do some research because you
Please
might have
look
brought
into
something up that
the
might,
most
yeah.
recent Senate hearing with the prosecutor Jack Smith, not Jack Smith. Can't remember his name right now, but
That's
he was
okay.
he was
I'll
literally
look
on the
into it.
Senate floor and he talked to them.
I know that's the last thing you wanted to say. I do
Yeah, I'm
appreciate
cold,
you
so I'm
talking
leaving.
to me, you know,
Yeah.
but you have a good rest
Please
of your
don't
day.
post
all right?
that anywhere. So
Right. Yeah.
you posting it somewhere?
It might get. I'm gonna review it. You know, I mean, it is a one-party consent state, so I mean.
Yeah, I would appreciate you as a veteran not to post.
I'll keep it in mind. Oh, yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Yep. Have a good day.
It's on their eastern border. I can see they're probably worried about like Russian aggression.
You know why that is? Because someone came and they shot and killed a border patrol guy.
Yeah.
Right. So they saw, okay, this person died. We're not gonna do that anymore, right? We're a country that's the least like immigration policies or like what's against them, right?
Yeah, look at Poland.
Oh, we were talking about Poland.
So,
Yeah.
I think I've served you coffee before. I'm JP.
Oh, I'm Ethan. Yeah,
Ethan,
I've seen
nice to
you
meet
at I'm spacing on the name.
Carpe Diem.
Yeah, that's right.
It's the last old coffee shop in town. Please come give us your money.
I will happily give you my money.
Not me, you give me the money.
Well, yeah, I'll tip you. I'll tip you. Yeah, yeah.
You're better than a lot of people then.
Right. No, I always try to leave at least $1. I'm broke, so you know.
There you go.
I
That's
feel
right.
the brokenness.
You get it. That's kind of it. See, and that's the thing we need to be emphasizing, is that we're all kind of working class.
We are. No, we are. How do you feel about the PCO?
A PSO.
A PSO, I'm sorry, leading all this.
Oh, it's like I think it's a good idea. I think if we can emphasize more the fact that we're all different shapes and colors, but we're all just working for a paycheck. That's the way to emphasize things.
Right.
I think.
No, and I agree with that to an extent, but it's also like socialism and liberty. The Workers' Party isn't really the Workers' Party. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know
it's
how.
not really a Workers' Party.
Well, exactly,
in this
but
country,
that's exactly because we're a democratic society, right? And the Workers' Party is referring to communism, where
socialism,
everybody is
communism.
equal. So if we're all working men, I mean, I work 2 jobs. I know you stay busy, right?
Yeah, 'cause
I
I'm
know
grad-
he
I'm
stays
grad
busy too.
student.
Well, congratulations, right?
Doing something with my life.
But yeah, right. I'm trying to at least. So how can we all want to work for our paycheck, right? If everything is shared universally, we'd all be working for the same thing.
Well, let's imagine we're 500 years ago
Right,
in Europe.
right, okay.
And we're having this conversation, and I'm just saying, man, the mercantile system is the only way to go, man. We got to be based on rare metals,
right,
and on certain trade things, and the government regulating it. And it's like that's the only way to do it.
Right.
And then capitalism comes along, and it's like, oh, this is a better way to do things. And I'm like, no. We can't do that. We can't. There's no way to ever change. This is the best system we can have. That's the way I see capitalism today. Is it's like capitalism is the most advanced system we ever came up with.
Right.
But it's not the best system you can ever do.
So do you think communism would be better?
Well, communism is like a stateless system, so I think it'd be pretty hard to do that without like a lot. I'm talking like, I don't know, at least 100 years. That'd be hard
It would have to be a slow
That'd be
transition.
really hard to transition into.
Okay.
But I think hypothetically it's possible. I think it's been done on a small scale in certain places, but it hasn't never really been done on a large scale.
Well, right, because most of those communist states end up failing.
Well, like people like the Soviet Union was probably the biggest example of like. I guess you could say China too nowadays, because they're technically a communist country.
Right.
They call themselves a communist country.
Right. Right. Well, yeah, I mean, it's still all. Most communist nations fail, and I'm only saying most because I don't know every single one off the top of my head, you know.
I guess Laos is still going.
Like
Vietnam, they're
right.
small though.
Yeah, but still, you know, it's how well are they doing in comparison to the United States? You know what I mean? Or other.
Vietnam's doing okay because they like liberalized their economy, kind of like China.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
They're kind of like a little version of China in that sense.
Right.
It's just kind of the impression I get from I hear stories of like people who've
right.
gone there, lived there, whatever.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. No, I mean that's totally fine. If people genuinely believe that communism's better, I mean that's on them. We're just gonna have to agree to disagree.
Well, it's sound a bit European, you know. It's like ideally it would be something people vote for, but I don't think that
you can't
I don't think the moneyed interests that run our our system would really ever allow that.
Here's my main thing about this. So I get they're protesting about all that stuff, but here's the thing. You know, you can't protest one thing that happened and just ignore the other things. For example, the girl that was stabbed on the train multiple times. She was an immigrant, right? She was doing nothing wrong. She was assimilating into our culture, not trying to take over, doing the correct thing. Great woman, right?
Working legally.
Exactly.
At a pizza
shop. She comes in. She was stabbed. You don't see them talking about that, and they're not going to. You know why? Because it doesn't fit their agenda. They don't care about human life.
They arrested that guy, didn't they?
I'm pretty sure he's out now, isn't he?
What?
Is he out?
The guy who stabbed the lady?
Well, okay, but still, how many times was he arrested before that?
I don't know.
14 times.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Before he was released
Here's
again.
my talking point. He may have gotten arrested, but my thing is they're not protesting about it because they don't care because it doesn't fit their agenda. I'm saying if you care about human life, you have to care about everyone. White, black, I don't care what race you are.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? You have to care about it, and they don't care about that, right? You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't fit their agenda. What's going on?
You at
Yeah, how you doing, man? How you doing?
What's your name?
Blake. What's your
Blake.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
What's up?
How long you been out here?
Since it started.
Hey.
I walked out right at 12:30, swung both the doors open, and wanted to start playing Ice Ice Baby, but figured I might incite a riot inadvertently. So.
I had to wait like forever to get my food, and it was good for the first 3 bites, and then it ended up being disgusting.
I'll
and
cut
it was
that.
the miss. It was yeah, please.
I'm gonna go get a sandwich. Nobody sees me.
I'll
leave.
cover the microphone.
Have a great rest of your day. I'm looking forward to seeing you at the coffee shop.
I'll cover the microphone for the next 5 minutes.
I'm gonna start getting spit in my caramel macchiatos, bro.
Here's my thing too. I don't know if y'all heard me or not, probably not, but I drove by here a minute ago, and I just screamed, "Report all illegals," and I had about 50 people look at me.
Wait, that was you?
Yeah, you heard me?
Yeah.
Yeah. and so then there were people taking pictures of my truck. So now I'm worried I'm gonna get keyed. So that was a bad mistake on my part. But
there. I'll help you.
Next time,
help
just
you
rent
fix it.
a vehicle.
yeah, that's what I should have done.
Yeah, look, I've talked to a bunch of people here.
Man, I wish I would have brought a table or a sign or something, man.
My phone's at 12%.
Gosh, I wish I brought a
Been recording for an hour.
Oh, period.
Yeah.
And I have no storage.
The thing I like about that guy, he clearly didn't agree with what I was saying, but he had to listen to what I had to say. He was like, "That's a good point." I'm like, "See, that's all I'm asking. You just listen to. I'll listen to you, and you listen to me. That's all. That's what we're here for. You know,
Right.
There's no violence. There's no ignorance. There's nuance to our conversation."
Away so far.
Yeah. That guy right there with that socialism shirt on. I don't know what brainwashing crap. I don't know what he's been listening to or where he gets his information. But that, I mean, I just like to talk to him and see where his mind's at.
All right, come on, Blake.
But here's what I need y'all to understand. None of this should have happened. It should have never even gotten here. Years ago, in 2017,
Are you a part of the group who's like organizing everything? Yeah, I've never. Are you guys like a student ran thing on campus?
No, we're like a nationwide organization.
Oh, really? Okay, because like, do you guys have a student chapter here? Because I've seen like some Instagram videos, not like a crazy one, but one of them looked like they were in the Marx Library or standing in front of it at least. And I'm just kind of curious what led you guys to want to do this here specifically on our campus.
Well, it's not your campus.
Our campus. So
yeah.
sorry, I misspoke.
But we're here supporting student organizations that specifically ask for us to be here.
Okay.
We're also here supporting the cause of the entire nation.
Okay.
So we've got the Somali Student Union in Minneapolis that's called for a nationwide shutdown on January 30th.
Okay.
So we're helping spread the message of that and trying to get as many people as involved as we can.
Okay.
Mobile specifically, I think the idea was we have comrades here in the specific Mobile branch, and they are short-staffed.
Okay.
So,
what exactly does your group stand for? Just asking out of curiosity, you know.
Yeah, so I'm part of the Party for Socialism and Liberation. Obviously, we're for socialism.
Okay.
But right here specifically, we're focused on this.
Okay.
So that part of our message is more just part of the organization we're in.
Right.
I don't know if everyone here is aligned with us politically, but it's really about the current moment, getting ICE off of our streets. Because no Americans really want militarized police patrolling our streets, you know.
Well, if it's to enforce the laws and regulations of our country, you know, there are laws that we the people have voted in to allow those kinds of things to happen. So, you know, I'd argue there are some Americans who do want those kinds of things.
Like I said, this is no hate, just a friendly thing.
I know.
Yeah, no hostility. Just your opinion. I just want to ask you. So, for example, I'm sure you know about the big Somali fraud that happened in Minnesota, where they had that fake daycare, and so they were getting all that money, like $2 million, I think, from the government or whatever. They were living better than we, as hardworking, and as you yourself are a hardworking American. They are living better than we were, right? They were illegal. There's many of them that were illegal in there, right? And so a few of them got deported. So they came over here illegally. They broke our laws. They were living better. They were getting illegal money from the government, and they were committing fraud, which is obviously illegal. So, like, obviously, situations like that, I think ICE, I see where y'all are coming from, I really do. But I think in situations like that, ICE is healthy and it needs to be enforced and things like that, because that's not fair to us. It's not fair to you, it's not fair to me. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, the reason I disagree with you is fraud, especially fraud from the government, happens across all sectors, including poor people, rich people, white people, brown people.
Right.
ICE specifically is a militarized police designed to target brown and black people. So,
well, because they're deporting people, white people too. I mean, if you're an illegal immigrant, you're getting deported.
I appreciate you guys being nice. I do gotta help them out.
It was a pleasure speaking to you, though.
Thank you.
Fake phone call, fake phone call, fake phone call.
See, I was being cordial and I was asking a simple question.
Yeah, it's all right. Is it? I kind of want to go like talk to some of the older people sitting on the edge, because like I feel like they're faculty and stuff.
Let's go. Come on. That's what I'm here for, baby. Let's do it.
What's up? How you doing?
Pretty good. We're walking around trying to document this thing. Would either of you guys want to do an interview?
We can, because we're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So.
You can't?
Well, no, we are doing the same thing, so we can if you want to.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you said you can't.
Yeah. My phone's at like 10% though, so like,
Oh, all right.
We
You
can't
want me to
keep it,
interview
like,
you guys and then you interview me?
However, we can just have an open kind of thing
cool.
going.
I just had like a
Is it like a video or audio?
That's fine. Yeah, do your thing, and then I'll just ask some questions. I know we had a long conversation earlier,
We did,
so
yeah.
we'll try to
All
keep
right.
this one a little shorter.
I get it. But could I get you over here just so we can
Yeah,
hear you?
let's go.
Did you guys want to do it at the same time or different?
I don't care. I mean,
I'll tell you this. I'll answer anything you want me to. Just to be 100% honest with you, I will not be on video, but I'll answer anything audio. I don't care, because I just applied to grad school here, for PT school, and I really don't want anything I say either way.
Oh yeah,
left or
absolutely.
right.
I understand. Well, I'll get your.
Yeah.
I'll just do a voice memo with you. But
Yeah.
if it's
Yeah.
cool, I'll get you on.
I don't
video.
care. You
All
can,
right,
yeah,
cool.
you can tag
All right,
me
so
in
I'll
it
get
too.
you stand right here.
Right here. All right.
All right, so I'm gonna just get you. I'll ask you to state your name.
All right.
Just so we can put it on like a little title card, and then just just really expand upon your opinions, like what's going on here and like what brought you out here, and then just really
We're
what
just
you
at
would
a
like
like,
to say.
just so I can like look it up later. What is it being uploaded to? Do you guys have like an Instagram
YouTube.
channel or YouTube? What's the channel name?
We'll probably just upload it to my YouTube channel. Like this is, it's
personal
it's
stuff.
not-
I'm doing the
yeah.
same thing. So
Yeah,
like,
I understand. I understand.
Yeah. But I would like to see it just
Oh
because
yeah,
I
absolutely.
like watching all
I
this
mean,
stuff.
I'll probably see you out in front of.
Yeah.
So I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right, so
Oh wait, sorry. I had to
oh, you're good. You're good. All right. So my name's Ethan Kaiser. I'm out here just asking people about why they're protesting. As some of you may have judged from my hat, I am a little more conservative than some of the other people who may be out here. I am pro strong borders, and I think that we need to be defending those borders and removing illegal immigrants. Highlight on illegal immigrants from our country. That's pretty much it.
All right. So, like, would you say that you like disagree with this protest, or like just what is your opinion on what these people are doing?
I honestly think that it's awesome that a group was able to organize and come together and express their opinions freely. I mean, not all of you would know me, but I set up tables in front of the student center, and I'm a very big advocate for free speech. They have every right to be out here. I just, like, on a side note, I hope it doesn't get too loud in the classrooms over there, but like I said, I'm honestly happy that they came out here and did it, so good for them. I just personally disagree with the group who's hosting it, but we can get into that later.
I mean, if I could just hear, like, you don't have to go in detail.
Yeah, but just very briefly speaking, I'm spacing on the name. It's the Socialism and Liberation Party of
PSL.
Mobile. Yeah, PSL. And me personally, I don't like communism. I'm very for mostly free market, capitalism, democracy, good old American values, I think at least. But I think that having a essentially communist group or a socialism-based group kind of promoting these things and using this to push their own things forward is kind of morally ambiguous. I won't call it wrong because, like I said earlier, they have every right to be out here as anybody else. So I personally disagree with communism, and I think that they should be a little more forward with their belief systems before they rally a large group of people.
All right. And then just one last thing. Would you consider yourself like historically educated?
Generally speaking, not any more than the average person. I try to do some reading and stay up to date, you know, but same as everybody, there's always room for improvement, you know. Yep.
All right, thank you, dude.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
your name, by the way?
Steven.
Steven? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm Ethan.
Okay, yeah.
I know we talk a lot at the tables and
do.
stuff, but I do
Yeah.
appreciate you coming up and talking
Yeah,
about
absolutely.
stuff. So,
Yeah.
What's going on here?
It's an ICE protest. Yeah, so I'm interviewing some people, just like he did to me. I'm going around kind of picking people out the crowd and talking to them.
Would you
So-
want to do an interview?
But,
Okay, cool. I'm
but
gonna
my
get you
phone
stand
was
right where
about
you